So for lip waxing, a lot of clients hear a lot of different things about, can waxing make the hair grow in darker? Once I start, can I never stop? The truth is, everyone's different. What we believe is that you can't make a hair grow back if it wasn't going to. Waxing can't make hairs grow darker. Now, there'll be obviously lots of different variations, hormone imbalances, but if a client does have hair in this area that they're not comfortable with, it's very quick and easy to remove via waxing. So you'll consult with your client, you'll check how much hair and in which direction, but it tends to be always growing downwards and downwards. And then if there's any hair here, it tends to also sort of grow down. But what we do say to our clients is, if you don't need an area waxed, then why start? So if the hair was only growing from here to here, then just wax that area. If there's no hair here, we don't have to cover that. If there's no hair in the middle, we don't have to cover that either. So for our client here, it's very, very faint hair, but we'll just do a tiny section here, but talk you through what we would do if a client did need the full lip wax. So right now we're just pre-cleansing to remove makeup, surface oil and any dirt. And then what we'll do next is show you exactly how we would apply the wax. So to apply the wax to the lip area, as we were saying, you would apply where necessary. So if there's not hair there, then we don't have to apply it on that area. Just go for the areas that have the hair to be removed. We treat the middle separately. So you would just start from the dimple and you would apply a thin layer following the lip down to where the hair stops. You're trying to make sure that you don't get any wax onto the lip because that can be quite sensitive. So we're just going to wax just this outside area where there's some very, very fine hair. And what we can ask our client to do to support the underlying area is just to pop their tongue just under that area of the lip going into the cheek. And what that does is it supports it, and because it's quite a loose skinned area, by popping the tongue under there, you pad it out and you make it just a little bit more comfortable to be waxed. So if you can pop your tongue right under there, it might feel silly to the client, but it's really effective. And again, we've got our inch long strip. We want to attach it and we want to hold the skin taut, soothe and remove. So again, it's just an instant sort of uncomfortable sensation for the client, but it's done so quickly, over and done within a second. You've obviously got your 2 attempts on the area, and again, you can get quite wiry hairs there, so you can get your tweezers in and just tweeze out any odd hairs if you have to. And what you also find is you might get your redness there. Again, that's normal. It calms down within an hour or two. You can ask your client to avoid makeup, but if they did feel that they wanted to put any mineral makeup on, then a lot of ranges actually have added ingredients that can be quite beneficial. One thing just to add, because our client doesn't have any hair in the central area, when we're doing the other side, we'll obviously be working down here, but if the hair's growing downwards, what we don't want to do is apply it down and then remove it up, because you've got the danger of hitting the client in the face, hitting them in the nose. It can be quite uncomfortable. So what we tend to do here is choose a direction to apply the wax, so apply it either to the left or to the right, and then apply your wax strip and remove in the opposite direction. What you find is it doesn't matter if it is left to right, unless there is a clear direction, but normally it is just heading down, you will still be able to remove the hair. But a lot of people feel that if there's no hair in this area, then it's unnecessary to wax it because it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So you decide what's best for you and your client, but always remember though to soothe, do your full after wax lotion, soothe that area and give them the full aftercare so they don't do anything that could irritate that area. Again, with waxing, everyone's hair growth is different, but you're talking about 4 to 6 weeks before they need another treatment. Now, this is just a quick demonstration of waxing if your client had any hair on their chin. Now, in all honesty, our client here doesn't have hair on their chin, but we thought it would be useful to show you the way that you would deal with this, so if any clients do come in, you're able to treat them and you don't feel that it's something that you have to turn them away for because you don't know how to approach it. So as usual, you would consult with the client, check for any contraindications, and then give the area a quick pre-cleanse. Now, what you find is hairs on this area tend to grow outwards, so they don't particularly have a direction of hair growth. So what we would do is apply the wax downwards and then support underneath and remove upwards. So just to explain that and give you a quick demo, just load up your spatula, and again, If you did need to put petroleum jelly on anything just to protect it, of course do that. If there was a hair growing out of a mole, don't touch it, just err on the side of caution. But if there was a little hair, then you would just put the tiniest amount of wax on it, downwards. Always twist your spatula if there's any little sticky parts. And then your inch thick strip, attach it. You can just pull down on the chin for tension and remove. And what you would find is the hair would come out absolutely no problem at all. Having said that, sometimes hairs, if they're getting a little bit more wiry, and sometimes it's the grey hairs and the white hairs that are the worst, sometimes they're very, very tricky to get out. So if you've had your 2 attempts on them and they're not budging, then you can use your tweezers. Sometimes people feel that they then want to go down the electrolysis road or the laser hair removal road, so each individual would be treated as their own case. Some people also start to get hairs on the neck. Again, they don't tend to grow in particular directions, so all you would do is apply the wax to the hair on the neck, and then just make sure that you pull the skin on the neck taut, whichever way you decide to remove from. Some people, again, as they get older, the skin on their neck will be looser, so just remember it's really important to always hold the skin taut, otherwise you could cause a little bit of discomfort and cause a bruise. So what we'll do now is just soothe that little area, some after wax lotion, and just as with any other waxing, you would give your client the suitable home care aftercare advice, particularly on the face, is to avoid makeup on that area.